The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Guy tells me that, his grandmother she's losing it. And every day another family member has to come and sit and babysit for an hour. Okay? So it's a bacher in yeshiva, whatever. He gave me permission to say the story. He's 15, 16 years old. He says, I'm not doing it anymore. He's like, oh, crazy. My grandmother drives me nuts. I said, what happens? I said, I come in. She says, you locked the door? Yeah, just locked it. The door's locked? Yes. The door's locked? Yes! Why are you screaming? The door's locked? No. Go lock it. Fine, I locked it. Okay. The door's locked? Whatever you want. You want it to be locked, it's locked. You want it to be open, it's open. Whatever you want, Bobby. Don't get angry with me. I'm not angry. Okay. The door's locked. I'm going nuts. I'm going crazy. So I want to ask you something, okay? I want to ask you something. If, let's say, every single time your grandmother asked you this question, something rang on your iPhone, another beep, beep, another $150 was deposited into your bank account. Every time your grandmother asks you the question, is the door locked? And your answer is yes or no, whatever it is, $150. What would you do? I would say, Bobby, can you talk quicker? Let's go. Give us questions. Come on. Whoa. Door's locked? Yeah. Door's locked? Yeah. Door's locked? Yes. Door's locked? Yes, Bobby. I love you. Yes. Every time she'll ask the question, you'll feel better. Now, just imagine for a moment, okay, that same iPhone, that you believed every time you walk on the street, and you don't look at something you ought not to look at, $500 was deposited in your account. Do you really think we would have a problem with Shmir Sinai? If issues even with machshav, I can't control my machshav. I can't. Suppose every time there was a threat of a machshav that shouldn't be there, if you're Mesiach Das on it, $500. So honestly, if you really, really believed that we're getting $500 for every time your grandmother asks you the question, for every time you close your eyes, for every time you battle your machshav, if you really believed that, if you really believed you were getting $500 for every kaddish that you stood there and said Omen Yeheshmer the way you should, it's too long, davening is too long, I can't. All these excuses would fall out. We'd be more than happy to be able to do it. Now let's understand how God pays. Your company pays you. Never mind, you work for the federal government, there's no guarantee. You get shut down the next day. Your company pays, they give you $500, company gives you $500, and you come home and you have to go to the doctor the next day, and he charges $1,000 for the consultation. You don't get much of the $500, right? But when the Rebbe Shem pays $500, the Rebbe Shem puts that money into your bank. That's $500 you don't need for a doctor, you don't need for a lawyer. It says, for example, the Gross says in the letter, I'll call rega v'rega she'adam chosim piv. In any moment that a person is chosim is piv. Chosim piv means you have an urge to talk and so you're zoichel l'or haganis to a hidden light she'en kol malach v'ber yichaylish. No malach could fan. So, if we understood what this hidden light is, so next time you have a sign of lashon hara, next time you want to curse when something goes wrong, right? Hey, not worth it. It's not worth it. Look how much I'm gaining. But you can't just believe in the asa and the yasa. You got to believe in the oisa that Hashem is doing it.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org